Hola, en este video vamos a hablar de los pronombres y los adjetivos relativos. Let's start with the relative pronouns, los pronombres relativos. So remember that we use a pronoun when referring to a noun we've already mentioned. The same is true with the relative pronouns. When we use them, we're referring to a noun that's already been mentioned. Essentially, these relative pronouns connect a noun mentioned in the relative clause with the noun mentioned in the main clause. Let's take a look at how it works with que. El coche, que es rojo, está al lado del mío. The car, which is red, is next to mine. Las chicas que vinieron ayer fueron cómicas. The girls who came yesterday were funny. So here we're talking about the car and its location, and we're connecting it here with que. Same thing here. The girls that did this were funny. Our different clauses are connected with our relative pronoun here, que. Same thing happens with our relative pronoun, quien. Doctora Flores, quien es argentina, enseña español los lunes y jueves. So Dr. Flores, who is Argentinian, teaches Spanish Mondays and Thursdays. There's a special note for a quien. When the relative pronoun refers to a direct object, we use the a personal. So, el hombre a quien vio es mi novio. That man that you saw is my boyfriend. All right? We've got some other relative pronouns. It's worthwhile to mention that the following right here appear mostly in writing, and we don't use them as much in oral speech, but it's good to know them. Mi jefe, el que es mi primo, vendió su casa. Tus alfombras, las cuales son viejas, son maravillosas. Right? So my boss, the one that's my cousin, sold his house. Your rugs, your carpets, the ones that are old, are marvelous. Essentially, these work as the one or the ones, depending, of course, on the gender and the number of the noun you are referring to. All right? And que, cual, you can use either one for this case. Now, let's talk about los adjetivos relativos, the relative adjectives. Spanish has 4, cuyo, cuya, cuyos, and cuyas, and these work as whose. Now, because it's Spanish, we always have to take into account number and gender. So, let's read the following sentences and see if we can't figure out why. Isabel, cuyos perros son preciosos, es mi compañera de cuarto. Isabel, whose dogs are adorable, is my roommate. Now, Isabel, es mujer y es singular. But we've used cuyos. And probably we're thinking, cuyos looks masculine and plural. Well, you're right. Cuyos is not referring to Isabel, but it's referring to the noun perros. Isabel, whose dogs. So our relative adjective needs to agree with the noun they're describing, not the subject. Let's see how it works in example 2. Martín, cuya hija acaba de graduarse, está trabajando en el DF. Martín es hombre, pero cuya es femenina. ¿Qué pasó? Well, remember, we're not referring to Martín, but rather to hija, which is feminine. Martín, whose daughter. All right? Take-home message, that these agree with the noun they describe and not the object. Okay. So you have an activity to help you learn and practice these. You're going to fill in the blank with, the appropriate relative adjective. Okay. with the appropriate relative adjective or pronoun from the options given. Good luck, have fun, y hasta luego.